What's up, guys? Frank from Civ Armory here, and I am very excited to show you the very first run of the CIV-15. That is our Civ Armory AR-15 style rifles. They are going to come in a few different calibers, but I'm going to show you the three main ones that we're going to carry and have here, as well as go over the packages and kind of how it's going to look, as well as like again, some packages, some kits, different ways we're going to offer it. So check it out. All right, so the first thing you're gonna see here is they're coming in a Savior case. The reason why we chose this case is because we don't want anything that screams tactical, and it's designed for just a single rifle. And the idea behind it is we give you a little something to protect, as well as use at the range if you need to, and makes a good covert style bag for when you want to throw it in your truck, vehicle, etc. So, all right, let's break this thing down a little bit more. All right, this here is the CIV-15 Mod 1. All right, this is our 16-inch 5.56. Okay, in this configuration, we're calling it the War Club. The War Club is going to come with the included case, as well as two magazines of your choice, whether that be a standard M4 style mag, Duramag, which I absolutely love these things, and the Lancer mag, which I also love. And not shown is going to be the Magpul Gen 2 or Gen 3, so I'm not quite sure what we have in stock, but it'll be mags that we have in stock. All right, so you're also going to be able to decide on whether you want the as shown B5 systems furniture or BCM furniture. So how they are built is going to depend on what we have in stock, but again, you'll have choices. We can swap out the furniture for you, go from there. All right, so that's going to be standard, is BCM or B5 systems furniture. All right, and that's either going to come with the angled foregrip or the more vertical style grip here. All right, you are going to get some rail covers, whether it be these or the BCM rail covers. All right, and you are also going to get a threaded muzzle device for suppressor QD attachments. In this case, we're running an ASR mount, but we are also going to include Plan B, as well as dead air, but you'd have to specify what you need, obviously, at the time of order. All right. Another thing that we're going to feature is going to be optics. You're either going to be able to get a couple of different red dot options. As far as the offerings, they're all going to be Hollow Sun, Vortex, or Primary Arms. Basically, anything with a lifetime warranty that's going to ensure that your product is going to be able to handle everything that you throw at it. And if not, get you some replacements. All right. So we do 3D print these. We just throw them on. They're just there for you. Whether or not you want a piggyback optic is also gonna, determine the price, obviously. But in this case, we're running a 1:10 ACSS Raptor with a single red dot shake awake on top. All right. So that's the basics of the rifle. Now, if we want to get into the nitty gritty here, all right, if we go from just tip to butt, we are looking at obviously a threaded muzzle device for your suppressors. The barrel is a Ballistic Advantage Hansen profile barrel, all right, as well as a pinned gas block, so that gas block is not going to rotate, a Midwest Industries combat handguard, and the uppers are going to be either BCM uppers or Aero Precision uppers. Sorry, I had to stutter there for a second. All right, we're also running the Bravo systems, the extended A5 system. I'm sorry, the A5 buffer systems in here, and they are going to come standard with a T2 weight, so that's similar to something like an H2 weight in the carbine length buffer systems. So now we also include a Radian charging handle, right, and a MicroBest bolt carrier group. The reason why we chose these is because you're talking about a lifetime warranty. Consider these manufacturer warranties. So if it doesn't perform the way it's supposed to, lifetime warranty on the handguard, the barrel, the upper receivers, the lower parts kits, the optics, the buffer tube, all of this stuff here, if it does not perform as it's supposed to, is lifetime manufacturer warranty. And that's going to be with Holosun, Vortex, Primary Arms, and then we do offer, and we will offer EOTech and other things like that. So again, we're starting around the 2000. My guess is, you know, from bare bones rifles, going to be somewhere around the I don't know, $1,200 range, all the way up to, you know, $2,000 plus for a full loadout kit. Now, I know prices tend to intimidate people, but you're literally getting everything that you need to go right out to the range when you buy a complete system from us. All right. The lower parts kits are going to be Sons of Liberty Gunworks or BCM, depending on what we have available. Again, both of those are highly reputable, with, you know, next to no issues that we've ever been aware of. All right. Now, in this case, there's a Geisley 2-stage trigger in here, which will be optional, but for the most part, it's probably going to be the BCM enhanced gunfighting trigger. All right. Pretty straightforward. Now, let's talk about lower for just a quick second. Until we get our FFL variants, we are not going to really mess with the lowers. They are going to either be Aero Precision, Sons of Liberty, pretty much it for now. We can do a couple budget builds by saving a couple bucks and using, you know, Andersons and whatnot, but you know, a lower is a lower, and it's the internal parts that make the difference, okay? So for now, just assume that you're gonna have either a Sons of Liberty or an Aero Precision lower, depending on the availability in the time of your order, all right? So again, this is the CIV-15 16-inch barrel in the B5 furniture system with Primary Arms optics, including a 1-to-10 and a piggyback. And again, this is what we would call the War Club package. All right, with a gun, bag, 2 magazines, full optic kit, and that's that. So one of the things that we are going to do is, let's just say that you bought a War Club package, but you maybe opted for something like a 1X, you know, micro prism, or a 1X red dot instead of the more expensive like LPVOs with the piggybacks, etc. So we'll give you the option to basically use the difference as store credit to load up on stuff from the armory, whether it's add a sling, add a plate carrier, all that sort of stuff. And we'll be able to give you more of a discount by doing that. Or you just pay less for the rifle. So we're not trying to make anything crazy and unobtainable, but we are trying to provide the highest quality full kits that we can at the best possible price. Things can always be lower or less expensive, but we're trying to set the standard, you know, high, so that you realize that, you know, at best case, we're going to save you some money. So thank you for tuning in. We're going to do a couple more of these on the other flavors that we offer. So stay tuned. All right, guys. See ya.